Welcome, cellar dwellers, to the Matthew Street channel. I am your host, Matt Street, and I really appreciate you being here. We are live from the Matthew Street Cavern in the basement, my parents' basement to be exact. And folks, Boston rock and roll. How can you beat it? The great city of Boston, or the greater Boston area. Come on, it's had its influences. It's influenced others. It's been influenced. It's turned the rock and roll out to the world over and over and over again over the decades. Yes, Boston is a great rock and roll town. I will say so. And there are other wonderful, great rock and roll towns around the country, the United States, around the world. I admit it. But come on, I'm from the greater Boston area, and a lot of great bands come from the greater Boston area, and they rock. And you know many of them, like The Lines, Dirty Water, okay, from Brockton. Well, this was published in Brockton, Mass. Okay, what about bands like the Fabulous Billy Goons from Newbury Street in Boston? Yes, Modern Method Records. Remember that label? Yes, the Fabulous Billy Goons. Oh, come on, you must have all heard of the Fools from the greater Boston area. Come on, the Fools. Remember them? Oh, I don't have any Dropkick Murphys. I'm sorry, no Dropkick Murphys to show you, but they're from the greater Boston area. What about the Jay Giles Band? Come on, I got a couple of good ones here for you. Jay Giles. Come on, how many Jay Giles? Boston area band. Come on, let's go. What do you say? Jay Giles. Oh, you know the Cars. Come on, the Cars. You know the Cars? Yeah, the Cars. Greater Boston area. Boston band, right? What about Boston? Aerosmith. Greater Boston area band. Come on. Whoa, things are falling all over the place. That's okay. Boston gets me excited because it's great rock and roll, folks. It's great rock and roll. But what about the Shanghai Lows? Who are the Shanghai Lows, you say? Come on. Boston rock and roll. Boston area rock and roll, folks. And I am here to highly, highly recommend this EP, which I will show you first, and then we're going to talk about the Shanghai Lows. Folks, this is their first EP, and I'm hearing rumors that they may have a full-length album coming out very soon. The Shanghai Lows. Well, you know how much I love power pop, Little Steven's Underground Garage. You know my background if you've watched my channel. Love it, love it, love it. Well, gotta be, in the past year or so, I've been listening intently to Little Steven's Underground Garage, and this song came on called Sway Little Player. First song right there in the top. Sway Little Player. And I said, that is a kickin' song. That song is great. I love that song. I dig it big time. Eventually, it became, in 2021, one of Little Steven's coolest songs in the world for the week. Such a popular song, hit such a nerve with rock and roll and power pop fans out there, that at the end of the year, this past year, early this month, January 2022, Sway Little Player was named in the top 10 for 2021 of Little Steven's Underground Garage Listeners Poll. The Sway Little Player by the Shanghai Lows made the top 10 coolest band, coolest artists of the year 2021. That is an achievement. That's an accomplishment. The little EP is called Kick It Like a Wicked Bad Habit, which I like, being from the Boston area, using the term wicked. Wicked Pissa? Yeah, it's a Wicked Pissa album. LP, EP, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, folks, you got Sway Little Player on here. You have a song called Funeral Home Mint. You have a song called Stay. You have a song called Skipping Records, and then a bonus track, a fifth track, which is a cover of Chicago's Saturday in the Park. Now, folks, let me tell you a little bit about this band. This is on Rum Bar Records, by the way. I don't know if you'll be able to see the logo that clearly, but Rum Bar Records. This is their debut EP. Like I said, I hope a long player is coming. But in this band, from the greater Boston area, the Shanghai Lows, you have Dan Kopko on vocals and guitars. You have Jen Diangora. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Diangora, Jen. She's on vocals also and guitar. You then have Chuck Ferreira on drums and percussion, and you have Lee Harrington on bass and backup vocals. Folks, as I said, Sway Little Player, coolest song in the world on Little Steven's Underground Garage. Top 10 coolest artists of the year for 2021 on Little Steven's Underground Garage. Boston-based rock and roll, and you know, we need it. We need more Boston-based great rock and roll, and this is it, folks. You want to call it power pop, you want to call it just straight rock and roll, good music with harmony, with great singing, with great bass guitar playing, with great guitar playing, solo guitar playing, hooks galore, great drumming. It's all here, folks, in this little EP, 5 songs. Get it. Now, when I listen to this, the first thing I pick up on, or the first term that jumped into my head was, this is retro, yet modern, yet today, now. This is now music for cool people, but it has that retro vibe to it, which I love so much, and I know many of you do. Folks, listening to this reminds me of a combination of 60s pop, some 70s glam, some 70s power pop, 80s pop and 80s power pop. There's a little bit of 90s rock and roll thrown in there. Some of that alternative rock stuff, but I don't like to use that term. It's just a cool retro sound, but brought up right for today. For people listening, looking for good new rock and roll today, this is it, folks. Now, the first song, Sway Little Player, the one that made coolest song in the world on Little Steven's Underground Garage, that reminds me of a modern boy-girl callback song. Who remember, the first song that jumped in my head when I heard Sway Little Player was the song Love is Strange. Who remembers that song by Mickey and Sylvia? It was also done by the Everly Brothers, Paul McCartney, and Linda McCartney did a version, or Wings did on Wildlife. Love is Strange. Sway Little Player is like a modern take on that call and response boy and girl type song. I love it. It's just so catchy. It pulls you right in. It's just a great, great song. And it deserved to be coolest song in the world. And the band certainly deserves to be in the top 10 for coolest artists in the listeners poll for 2021. It's that good. Now, the second song is called Funeral Home Mint. This is a harder, faster song. It's a rock tune. It has great dual vocals between Dan and Jen, as did Sway Little Player. It's guitar driven. The solo is great. Love the guitar work on this song. Retro again, yet today sounding. It's slowed down. If this was a slowed down song, this would be like a great 60s pop tune. But it's sped up, it's guitar driven, it rocks, and it makes it so cool, so today, so with it. It's just, you love that song, Funeral Home Mint. The third song is called Stay, and I absolutely adore this song. This could be, along with Sway Little Player, one of my favorites on this entire EP. It right up there. It's a slower song, but it's so darn catchy. It's just, I love the vibe of it. I love the smooth groove to Stay. It's just, it's got that little groove going, and then all of a sudden it picks up a little bit, and it's just filled with hooks. Again, the hooks just grab you and pull you right in. It's got that, that throwback vibe, but it's so now and with it today. I can't explain it. There's some keys on it by a guy named, I believe his name is Phil Aiken, I think is one of the keyboard players, and I think the other one is Ed Valuskis. I believe I'm saying that, remembering it right. Nice keys on this track by those guys. Really cool. You're going to love it. I absolutely adore it. The next song is called Skipping Records, song number 4. This is great power pop. Classic power pop bliss. Melody, hooks, great big vocals, great background vocals, great harmonies. Great song, Skipping Records. And then the last song is a cover of Saturday in the Park. It's a cool interpretation on the Chicago classic. And said this version is more guitar orientated. You've got Dan and Jen sharing the lead vocals on it again, the vocal duties. And I would consider it like a power pop version of Saturday in the Park. But it's really good. You're going to love it. You'll absolutely love it. In the end, to get this, I want to get this out to you. This EP will make you want to dance. It's going to make you want to dance. It's going to want to make you get up off your rear end and move. It's also going to make you smile, okay? Because this is happy, fun music. And don't we need that right now? Yeah, we need it. We need happy, fun music. You want to hear great songs. You want to hear great singing, great guitars, fabulous solos. You want to hear Chuck Ferreira, who's the drummer in the Shanghai Lows. You want to hear him play some kick-ass drums? It's here. You want to hear Lee Harrington, the awesome bass player for the Shanghai Lows, slapping it out on that bass with some great sounds and great grooves? Then you got to get this. Because between Dan Kopko, Jen D'Angora, Chuck Ferreira, and Lee Harrington, this thing is awesome. Fabulous new music for happening people like you. And like me, I hope. I hope I'm happening. Anyway, this is a well put together EP, folks. This is fabulous. Let's hope for a full-length LP from the Shanghai Lows very, very soon, because I'll be the first in line to buy it. But I'm telling you, folks, you can get this pretty much everywhere. Go check it out, okay? I haven't done a recommendation video like this in a long time, and I certainly haven't done a power pop video in a long time, but I'm doing one right now. Okay, so come on. We got the Boston rock and roll here, okay? Well, now you got some new Boston area rock and roll from the Shanghai Lows on a very, very awesome EP, 5-track EP called Kick It Like a Wicked Bad Habit. Check it out, folks. You're going to love it. Please, please, please me. Okay? My highest recommendation for this moment. Check it out. Love love you all, folks. Come on. Shanghai Lows. Check it out. And please, go listen to it, sample it, buy it, purchase it, get a hard copy, bring it back to me, and let's talk about it, okay? Let's see some comments, okay? So, okay, for those of you still left, here's the secret message. Love and peace. And Shanghai Lows. Take care. Bye-bye.